Hey guys, just a quick mid-month update for March 2023. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Theo. This is just my mid-month update for March now 2023. Let you guys know what I'm reading, what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, and what you can expect from the channel. So as I usually start on the personal side, I'm feeling a little bit sniffly, a little bit sick. I don't know what's going on. I've been sneezing a lot lately. My wife keeps elbowing me because I'm snoring. I'm feeling okay, but I'm a little bit sick. I've gone back to jujitsu. I've been training. I'm actually trying a new gym right now, which is interesting. There's a few reasons for that, but mostly it's a scheduling thing, and I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. My knee is a little bit tweaked actually on the other side now. I had a bad meniscus tear back in the day, and right now I'm a little bit sore on the other side, so I'm taking care of it. I kind of know what I need to do. There's some physio exercises I've been doing. Feeling okay, enjoying it, loving the vibe at the new gym, and things are going well. I have also been quite busy with work. I had a really busy weekend this past weekend with friends and family and catching up with people. Brunches, this and that. And I have been chipping away at a severely delayed renovation project that I probably shouldn't have taken on. I've bit off a little bit more than I can chew. So I've been chipping away at that. Really busy. I've also, if you notice, I have a bit of a bruise over here. I got bonked in jujitsu, and somebody's head, when I was trying to choke them out, hit me on the side. So yeah, if I'm all banged up and red and a little bit bruised up, that's why. But I have been, even though I've been busy, I have had time to read. So let's go ahead and talk about the books. Right now, I'm currently working on Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb, the Queen, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm about halfway through. My bookmark hasn't kept up to my ebook, but I'm about halfway through, and I'm really enjoying it. I am taking a little longer than I would have liked to read this one, even though to me, it actually reads really quick. It's a slow burn for sure, and we're getting used to the world, the characters, the family drama. Amazing. I'm here for it. The sentient ships, the way that it's done, I thought it was going to be a little cheesy, to be honest. It's quite magical and quite nice. I really like the world, and the characters are compelling. The writing, the prose, this kind of third person, this like normal writing style that she kind of goes back to, different from the Farseer, which is obviously first person. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm having a good time. Clash of Kings took me a while. It just rolled into March a little bit, so I'm going to be reading Storm of Swords probably at the tail end of this month. I know that it's a long book, so I know that I can't probably fit it in like the tail end of the month. It's probably going to take longer than I'm thinking it will, but I'm very excited for Storm of Swords. But I would like to prioritize after Ship of Magic, Jade City. That was my patron pick. I've been wanting to read it for some time. A lot of people voted on it, and I'm very excited. Actually, Alex at Tall Guy Reads did an incredible series review, the whole trilogy. A very good review. I'll link that. And also Jimmy Nuts over at the Fantasy Network did an incredibly deep dive into the Jade City, the first book. He really liked that one. I think that's as far as he's read, and I'm pretty sure he's continuing on with the series because he really enjoyed it. It was a pretty positive review. So those two guys have gotten me hyped for this one. I believe it was actually Alex's choice for this patron pick for Jade City. So yeah, I'm very excited to continue on with that one. And like I said, Storm of Swords will have to just wait till I finish Jade City. So I don't know if I'm going to do some reading vlogs or what, but I don't know. I'm still experimenting with how I want to tackle those, because sometimes I want to document a little bit as I read instead of just kind of giving you this mid-month update and then kind of doing a wrap up or maybe a review. I think a reading vlog would be fun, but not great at them probably, and so far I haven't really done one. But let's move on into the channel stuff and what I've done so far this month, what you can look forward to, all that good stuff. So the content on the channel so far this month, we're only 14 days at the time of recording into this. So I've done The Road review. I did a deep dive review on The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I included a bit of a spoiler discussion at the end to explain my interpretation of the book, what I thought, why I thought it was important, what I understood it to mean. And I thought it was an okay review, and I enjoyed making that. I got some good feedback on that. So if you're curious about my thoughts on The Road, go check that out. As well as I did my wrap up catch up. I did a wrap up for all the books that I've read over the last few months. I have not kept up with those. I promised to try and do better. What happened was I was reading only 2-3 books a month, maybe 4 here and there, depending on what they are. And I just didn't feel like that warranted a wrap up. So I was what started as I'll just do 2 months together, turned into 3, turned into 4. What do you know? I did a wrap up since like November. So I caught up. I did my wrap ups. It is like a 40-minute video, no harm, no foul. If you don't want to check out a 40-minute video, or what I would suggest is check it out and skip through. I always like to put up the cover images or the covers or whatever, so that you can scroll and look at the books that you would like me to talk about. So no harm there. If you want to go check that out and scroll to the books that you are interested in my thoughts on, you can do that quite easily there. So that's kind of it so far in the channel. Of course, this one will be coming out because you're watching it, And then I had Colin from Colin's Corner come on a Fireside Friday chat. That was, I believe, Friday, March 3rd. We had a really good chat, got to know each other. It was about an hour-and-a-half talk. He's a newer booktuber, great content, very articulate. We have a lot of the same tastes. It's unique because he's going through a lot of the most popular books and series and stuff for the first time, kind of like what I was doing and what I've been doing. So very cool to see his progress as he makes his way through some of these, booktube darlings and stuff. So go check him out, show some love, subscribe if you haven't. Very good content. He's been in the booktube community for a while. A lot of us know him. Super nice guy. Go check him out. And then speaking of Friday Fireside Chats, I'm going to have Ben from Books with Benghis Khan coming up this Friday, March 17th. Can't wait to talk to him. We've become fast friends, similar age. I've always liked his content. I find him to be incredibly insightful and articulate with his reviews and his discussions and stuff. Funny guy, really like talking to him, and I can't wait to talk more to him about his channel and about some of the books that we align with. We have a lot of the same tastes, and I feel like we actually diverge quite a bit in some areas as well. So that'll be interesting to talk about, and I can't wait to have him on and talk about some of the series and books that we're going to be reading sort of at the same time. So that'll be fun. Go check out Ben if you haven't. Amazing channel. He's about 1,200, 1,300 subscribers at the time of this recording, so he's growing fast and just a really good guy to follow if you haven't already. Coming up, I'm going to be part of a book Friends on Books kind of thing with Tori over at Tori Talks. I'm probably most excited about this live stream for the last little while. This is going to be with Alex and RJ, Tall Guy Reads and RJ Gibson. It's going to be just the three of us, kind of the OG Grimoire gang, speaking with Tori, having fun, talking books and life and booktube and everything, and we'll see where the chat goes. So I'm very excited. So maybe go head over to Tori's channel and get notified when that comes up. I believe that is going to be on Saturday, March 18th. Also next week on the channel, I'm thinking about doing some reading sprints. Not quite sure. Might do some live reading sprints. So stay tuned if that's something that you're interested in. It might be next week. We'll see. And I'll try as always to have maybe some buddies come on and, share the camera with me and kind of just hang out together. I've also very excitingly spoken with an author. His name is Alexander Darwin, and he is the author of The Combat Codes. This is a fantasy, kind of a martial arts fantasy book. I spoke with him. He actually sent me an e-arc for the new revised version of his book because it was self-published for quite some time, and it has been picked up by, I believe, Orbit, if I'm not mistaken. So I appreciated Alex for, the e-arc. I'm actually going to have him on the channel for an author interview. This will be probably my first author interview. Look for that around, I would say, late April, early May. His book gets released, traditionally published on June 13th, I believe. And this is going to be fun because the author is a jiu-jitsu black belt. And as you guys know, I love jiu-jitsu. I've been training for a couple of years now. And I wanted to have kind of a books and Brazilian jiu-jitsu chat. I wanted to pick his brain on the martial art. I wanted to pick his brain about being an author, how that process was, what we can expect from the book, and how unique this book and its interpretation would be coming from an author that studied the martial art and really infuses it from an expert level into the book. So I can't wait for that one. I might also have Jimmy from the Fantasy Network, Jimmy Nuts, over on the channel as well to kind of interview him at the same time because Jimmy does jiu-jitsu. Him and I have that in common. So I think kind of a books and Brazilian jiu-jitsu chat with Jimmy and I and the author Alexander Darwin would be super fun. He's spoken to him before. He did, I think, a cover reveal for him as well. So he knows him. And I think the three of us would have a really fun discussion. So look for that end of April, beginning of May, once I get a chance to read this e-arc. I also have some other fun collabs coming up, something fun probably in the works, still early in discussion, but some sort of fun roundtable like video idea with RJ and Alex, my two Grimoire OG peeps, my best friends on BookTube. So can't wait for that. We're still kind of hashing out some details on how we're going to do this, but stay tuned if you want to hear the three of us chat about stuff. And I think it's going to be different topics, or it's going to be kind of a combo wrap up type. Anyway, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to talk too much more about it. Stay tuned for that if you're interested. And then I'm also going to do a fun video that I've been putting off for way too long. And this is going to be my Kobo versus Kindle video. A lot of you know that I read from a Kobo and not a Kindle, and I've expressed some reasons why in different chats and stuff. And I've been asked, to make a video explaining my rationale and maybe comparing the two. So I'm going to do that as soon as I can. I'm just researching some final, details. What you can expect from this video is a bit of a breakdown of all the devices you can get from each company, the Kobos, the Kindles, the pros and cons for each, some of the differences between the two, some highlights, what you can expect from one versus the other, why someone would choose to read from one versus another, and maybe the sweet spot in terms of model for each one, because I think each one kind of has its sweet spot device for kind of bang for your buck. So I'll compare them, contrast them, discuss why I choose one versus the other, and explain what might make someone make the switch, because I've been thinking about switching to Kindle, or at least getting a Kindle as well. I've played with one for a while for this video, but I think I'm going to get one as well. And I'll talk to you later in that video about why. Another video that I want to make is the book unhaul donation video. I have a couple boxes of books that I want to give away. I want to dash around to some little libraries and stuff and donate them, make a little vlog about it. Maybe go book shopping to replace the, empty shelf space because that's what we do, right? We get rid of books and we just replace that space with better or newer books. So yeah, I'm thinking about making a video like that. That's kind of what's on the horizon. In terms of games and shows and stuff, I haven't really had time for games and shows. Haven't really seen, my wife's still playing Hogwarts Legacy. I'm going to get to that once I stop prioritizing jujitsu and reading and work, of course. And yeah, in terms of shows, I haven't really seen or watched anything that is book adjacent, although we did just go to the movie theater for the first time in a while to watch the new Scream movie, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was well done. I think it's the first one without Nev Campbell, and it was excellent, except for a few moments of extra cheese that, whatever, like it's a horror movie, it's a slasher, and it really is kind of a meta, it makes fun of itself like some of the last ones have. I think it does that really, really well. But yeah, there were a few moments, otherwise excellent. And what else did I watch? I did watch The Last of Us finale. I just finished that. I thought it was excellent. I was a huge fan of the games, and I thought it was exceptionally well done. There is some criticism of not having enough, zombies or whatever they're called, not clickers, there's a type of zombie, but not enough like zombies basically. And there were a couple episodes there where they were just everywhere. Like it was crazy. I mean, in a couple scenes, I can understand the criticism, but really the story is Joel and Ellie. I was a little hesitant at first with the casting. I was a little bit scared they deviate quite far from the source material. They did in certain parts, but I respect it. I appreciate it. I'm glad we got the adaptation. I think it was excellent. The casting, I think, was actually spot on, to be honest. This is my opinion. And I had a really good time watching it, and I'm very curious what they're going to do with season 2. That is it, guys. I don't have much more than that. I appreciate you being here. Subscribe if you haven't. Patreon, info, Grimoire, community, all that info is in the description below. I appreciate you as always. Catch you real soon on the next video.